Welcome back to another This Week in Warframe. This is going to be for the week of March 22nd through the 29th. We've got a new redeem code for you guys. We have the new what's happening with this coming weeks of the 13-year anniversary. We have Shadowgrapher. We have Warframe on Nintendo Switch. We have Nora's Mix and the release date for that, the new Nightwave. We have Twitch drops, and if you guys are curious about where those are going to be and everything when DE updates us each and every week, I pinned that to the top of my Twitch chat so that we can find every single week where the Twitch drops are. So let's get started. This week in Warframe, we have, checking out Bird 3 and his shiny treasures, we've got an Amber Archon Shard. Deep Archimedia is a survival, mirror defense, and assassination. Temporal Archimedia is an exterminate, Hellscrub Tech Rot, and defense. The current coda weapons for the next 3 days are the Catabalist with heat 50.6%, Hema, heat 26.2%, the Mire 42.6 radiation, Motivore 25.8% toxin, Pox, 25.5% electricity, Sporothrix, 26% magnetic, and the Torxica, 60% radiation. That's completely maxed. You won't have to fuse this. This is completely done. You can just buy this as is. The 1999 calendar, the first reward we have is a Crimson Archon Shard versus 6,000 Kuva. Then we're going to have 6,000 Endo versus a Riven. Then we will have a Riven versus an Exilus Warframe Adapter. Then we'll have an Orokin Catalyst Blueprint versus a Forma. And lastly, we will have Double Arcane versus a Voss for Cash, and then a Melee Arcane Adapter versus an Arcane. Checking out the Steel Path Descendia, we have a Zarriven mod, we have Arcane Concentration, a Forma Blueprints, Primary Overcharge, 25 Steel Essence, 3 times whatever this Arcane is. They still haven't fixed it, and I can't see I can't read what it is, but 3 times that one, and then an Amber Archon Shard. And if we scroll up and take a look at the normal Descendia, the final reward we're going to have is an Amp Arcane Adapter. So the brand new redeem code that we have, you guys can see it on screen right now. It is Android-QV4RX. And if you type this code in, before you type this code in, I'm going to present an idea for you. And this is possibly risky because I don't know how long this code is going to last. I don't know if it's going to last months like a lot of times they do, or if it's just going to happen to be like a weekend or a week or whatever. I don't know how long it's going to last. So let me just lay this out for you. First, I'll show you what it gets you. Really quick, we go in the inbox, you'll have this delivered to you. It's an affinity booster, 3-day. Then we have a Xylock. This is plus a weapons. This comes with a weapon slot. And then we have a Wolf Howl emote. Now, what is the thing that you may want to be aware of? You may want to risk. So we are at the end of, as you guys can see here, a event affinity booster weekend. Okay, this is ending tomorrow. There will be another one happening April 17th through the 20th. That's 3 weeks from now, approximately. That's not too far from now. So what you could do is, you see right here, I have this 2-day 16-hour affinity booster. That's because I just used the code earlier today. What this does is these 2 affinity boosters, they like multiply. So I have double affinity here, plus this double affinity gives me 4 times affinity. That is massive. That is the best type of affinity you ever want to get, that they allow us to get in this game. It is the greatest. So you can max everything that sucks to level so much faster, like your arc wings, the arc wing weapons, your K drives, like whatever thing that you don't want to level because it's annoying or whatever. I get it. I totally get it. This is the best time to do it. So the risky part is you can hold on to this code and wait for that weekend, which turn your notifications on and everything, because I will tell you when that weekend is coming up as we get closer to that weekend. You know, like in the upcoming videos. So you will have a reminder because I post every Sunday when, you know, the weekly updates happen. So you will be able to find out, okay, that's probably the best time for me to spend, you know, this code or whatever and get this affinity on top of the affinity and get the 4 times affinity. All that aside, we have Nova and Trinity Prime Resurgence are currently available right now, plus all their weapons, and the Cedo Prime armor set is probably the most used armor set I have. Awesome cosmetic if you guys feel like spending actual money on something really cool. This is definitely one of the things I recommend. Now, getting into the 13-year anniversary event, we are coming to an end of the weekend double affinity, which is ending tomorrow. But this Friday, you have until this Friday For the Dex Cerberus plus weapon slot and the Excalibur glyph, which you guys can see the alerts right here, after this, or this Friday, when this ends, the next one that's going to be dropping is going to be a Rhino Dex skin, a Rhino Dex Noggle, and an Orokin Catalyst. So look out for alerts for that this coming Friday. And then if we check out the alerts currently, we have reminder to do the weekly Ayatan treasure hunt with Maru. We have the Steel Path incursions of mobile defense, survival, capture, defense, mobile defense, and disruption. The current invasions are going to have a Cyptron Vandal stock versus a Latron Wraith barrel. If we go over to the sortie today, it's a Hive, Defense, and Spy. And this week's Archon is a Mar. He's going to give us a Crimson Archon Shard, and that's for doing a mobile defense, disruption, and a showdown. If we check out Nora and what's going on here, know that the new Nora's Nightwave is going to be coming in on April 8th. That's when this current one is going to end. So you have until April 8th to, I guess, get to level 30, collect all the current rewards inside of this Nightwave. That's April 8th. But this week, we have the usual permanent weeklies, plus we have free one captured Solaris using a Granum Crown, kill or capture an Eidolon Hydralist, unlock 4 Dragon Key Vaults on Deimos, look for Ayatan treasures for Maru in Maru's Bazaar, and then today's daily is bullet jump 150 times. If we check out the credit offerings, one note that I want to make, which I always make, is that since we are coming to an end of Nightwave, you're going to want to spend your credits. They do not carry over. They never have, probably never will. They do not carry over into the next Nightwave, so you might as well spend these. What should you spend them on? Might as well spend them on things that make you platinum, which is what I recommend every week, and the reason why I'm always going over these mods every week. So, the ones that this week are going to make you platinum would be Physique and Deadeye. The rest of them, yeah, maybe. You might be able to find some people, but if you don't want to sit there forever, Deadeye and Physique are the ones I recommend. But this week we have Critical Precision, Deadeye, Wild Frenzy, Physique, Photon Overcharge, Volatile Variant, and Deadly Maneuvers. If we scroll down, we also have Directed Convergence, Shrapnel Rounds, Deceptive Bond, and Ambush Optics. If we check out the Steel Path circuit, we have Incarnate Adapters this week for the Lex, Magistar, Boltor, Bronco, and Ceramic Dagger. If you already have those, you can instead get yourself a Rifle, Pistol, Melee Riven, or 20,000 Kuva. And if we check out the normal circuit this week, we're looking at options between Nidus, Octavia, and Haro. So in case you don't follow the news, or this is the only news you follow, March 25th is going to be Warframe on Switch 2, and we're also going to have the Shadowgrapher, the brand new quest and Warframe and all that stuff. All the good stuff, all the new stuff is a big update. Akrithis Browsing Wares, we have for this week an Arcane Intention, which is 10 Pathos Clamps, and we have a Formal Blueprint, 10 Pathos Clamps, an Orokin Reactor Blueprint, 20 Pathos Clamps, a secondary Arcane Adapter, 25 Pathos Clamps, and a primary Arcane Adapter, 25 Pathos Clamps. Checking out Teshin and Steel Path Honors, this week we have a Veiled Riven Cipher for 20 Steel Essence, and a Shotgun Riven Mod for 75 Steel Essence. And if we check out Numbnuts over here, we've got a Tenet Ferox, 48% heat, Tenet Grigori, 28.8% radiation, Tenet Livia, 53.1% impact, Tenet Exec, 30.6% cold, and lastly a Tenet Agendus, 52% toxin. How much platinum have you made since you've become a Patreon?
Over 100K.
45K.
60, 70,000.
20,000.
What's the most amount of platinum you've made in a week?
12K.
Probably about 5,000.
5,400.
Probably 8K.
What's the most amount of platinum you've made in a day?
5,400.
Day was probably 4K.
Probably about 3,000.
2K.
What's your favorite method of making platinum that you've learned from me?
Mostly just flipping ribbons and selling warframes.
Probably arbitrations.
Selling sets of Warframes.
I enjoy Zeramon the most.
Imagine how much time and money they've saved. You know where the links are. Reminder to stop by the Chrysalith on the Zeramon and visit Archimedes and Yanta for your 35,000 Kuva. Then you can travel to Iron Wake on Earth and visit Palladino for your 2 Rivens, your 35,000 Kuva, and your 150,000 credits. Remember to like and subscribe if you haven't already, and stop by my Twitch channel where you can get free drops when they are community-wide, also free rewards I do all the time anyway. And make sure you check out your Invigorations this week and see what you got. Thank you so much for hanging out. I will see you in the next one.